Hello everyone, and welcome to a new day. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Peter, and this is my pup Charles. We're currently on an epic road trip where we started from Dallas, Texas, and made it all the way to the Midwest, Michigan to be exact. In the last video, we woke up in my truck, did some hiking, some driving, some fishing, and then we brought Charles on his first ferry ride, where we then floated over to Drummond Island, spent the day mindlessly exploring the island and finding this perfect spot to set up camp, where we did the typical camping stuff. Which brings us back to Charles and I sitting on a rooftop tent overlooking Lake Huron on this brisk, foggy morning. And for those who are wondering how I get this 95-pound lab down the rooftop tent, well, I gracefully and carefully carry him down. Usually. But in all seriousness, the fog, the sunrise, and the gradient sky colors bouncing off the water was magical. But even how magical it was, I rushed back into the rooftop tent to warm myself up with my Mr. Buddy heater because it was pretty damn cold. But once the sun rose higher and the fog cleared away, it started to warm up a bit. Enough to make myself have the grand idea to get cold again by doing a cold plunge into Lake Huron, which I believe the water temp at that time was around 50 degrees. Now I did this cold plunge for a few reasons. 1, because I haven't bathed in the past 2 days. 2, Charles needed a bath himself. And 3, because I've never done a cold plunge before, and I thought this was the perfect setting to do it in. That being all alone in a secluded part of an island in one of the most northern part of the US, where all you hear is sounds of nature surrounding you, splashing from Charles swimming around me, and in this clear, cold water on this chilly fall morning. Once we made it back on land, I dried Charles off as much as I could, and I finally got into clean clothes, where I warmed myself up with some hot cocoa and enjoyed the rest of the morning. This is when I made the decision to pack up our things and leave our time on the island. It was honestly too cold to do one more night as much as I would want to. I definitely understand why people enjoy these trails. I can only imagine how the experience would be on an ATV, a dirt bike, or even a snowmobile. No questions about it though, I will be back with a group of friends to spend the entire weekend here. Now that we crossed back onto the mainland, it's time to figure out what to do next, since I'm just making this up as I go. So we found a rest area on the side of the road, prepped our lunch, and we found this little boat to eat our lunch. This is when I decided that we'll cross back over on the Mackinac Bridge and make our way to a state park that I found on Google that was only a few hours away. From there, we would simply set up camp and have another relaxing day. This is why I like having a relaxed schedule, because when you see a sign that says fishing pier, you go fish. Alright, good. We got everything we need. I'm very fortunate to have friends like Larry and Tom who kind of teach me a thing or two of things. I wish I had like a clip so we don't have to keep redoing these lines, but it is what it is. He likes to get up just close enough. Yeah. Charlie, go say hi. You have a good one, sir. But just like the two other times, no luck. Oh well. Hopefully one day Charlie doesn't accidentally bite the lure. Just like that. We're all set. Good boy. Back on the road, I still can't get over these fall leaves. They're so rich, so vibrant, I could stare at them all day. But after driving for a few hours, along with a few fill-ups, we finally got off the highway to take a local route to the state park, which is when everything starts to get strange. Sudden change in events. I don't know where the hell we are. The GPS says we're going to a state park, and I've never seen an entrance of a state park the way I'm taking it right now. Also, this might be a one-way road because the stop sign was pointing the other way, but according to Google, let me pull over for a second. According to Google, this is the correct way of going, so we're gonna keep going this way. I seriously did not expect any of this, like, at all. And Charlie is over here freaking out. I think Charlie thought we were done with doing off-road things, but sorry, bud. This is what happens when I'm your dad. Alright, it is a two-way. Is it gonna be more adventures? Yep. It's just dirt road to dirt road. Man, I love Michigan. Oh, yeah, Michigan is awesome. Alright, we're going uphill. Oh, man. Oh, shit. This is pretty steep. This is not what I expected at all coming through here. I am so glad we decided to stop by the state park. Honestly, the only reason why I decided to was because it was a halfway point to the mountain biking place I want to go to tomorrow. And damn. Great last minute decision. Oh shit, now we're going downhill now. Look at that, it's going crazy. realize it says Gaylord State Forest, not State Park. So, I guess I did this to myself. Peter, you've done it again. Again, this is what happens where you're horrible at planning things and doing research and just glancing at things and picking the first thing that comes up. And now you got a dog with too much anxiety over here, hyperventilating. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry, bud. Okay, let's go through that. This is where I would usually put my camera on the outside and drive through it and everything, and then come back to get it, but should I just do it? Oh, we'll be okay. Man, this car looks great. Alright, well, I hope I got that on camera. But all this, that was just in rear-wheel drive. So, that's FJ. Amazing, amazing. Obviously, I could have put in four-wheel drive and made it so much easier, but why? It's still very capable in rear-wheel drive. So, I did think we were gonna get stuck for a second. Wait, I need to get a picture of this. I'm telling you guys, the most spontaneous decisions could be the best decision or worst decision, but an interesting one nonetheless. It looks like we have arrived at our destination. Charles, tell your dad that he needs to do a better job at planning things. Alright, we're just gonna keep driving. Unfortunately, I'm gonna turn back around because I think we're on a motorcycle. I am very glad we have a wrap because I would feel so bad if this was my paint. Tiny Bot, if you're watching this, send me a new roll of a different color, because after we're done here, this is gonna be pretty scratched up. And also, we also lost internet connection. So because of that, we're just gonna turn around and go back the way we came from. I have a feeling this road might not be for cars. I feel like it's for possibly ATVs and snowmobiles and dirt bikes. I guess when I get internet later, I would know, but. All right, I'm gonna stop recording. Psych. So we originally came from that way, went this, and to the unknown abyss. So I was gonna turn around and go back the way it came from since it's a two-way, but I may just drive down this one a little bit since it's pretty clear, and hopefully we'll get internet by then. And if not, we turn back around, go back this way, and we'll go back on the main road, and then go find a random rest stop to sleep in tonight. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Change of plans. I went down there. It looks just as sketchy as that way, so we're turning back around, unfortunately. Since I don't have internet or my GPS working at all, I'd rather play it safe since it's getting dark out. And I feel like that's enough adventure for today. Onwards! This is the fun part of adventures, is when you get in these type of situations, adrenaline racing, not sure what the outcome's going to be, and doing what you can to get out of it as safely as possible. You know, just really testing your limits, and hopefully at the end, you can just exhale and say, wow, that just happened. That's what we went into. Ooh. Poor FJ. Let's see. It's not too bad. Maybe it'll buff out. Mickey's zip tie is still holding on strong. Well, that's gonna wrap up day 3 of living in my FJ and whatever we're doing. Tomorrow we're gonna go to a mountain biking track somewhere near Ann Arbor. I had good reviews. That I checked. And maybe surprise my uncle because he lives nearby there. Take it all in. Take this all in. Charles and I are gonna find a place to sleep. We'll see you tomorrow.